Now, as the country continues to debate the implementation of the MOU between UDA and ODM, questions are now emerging over the timeline of the agreement. While the deadline had earlier been framed to be today, leaders from ODM now say the pact has no strict timelines, likening it to a marriage that must be nurtured over time. But even as the political class recalibrates its tone, the pain of last year's protests still lingers in many homes, especially in the Nyanza region. KTN's Bramwell Bwire was in Arombo village in Rabuor, Kisumu County, where one mother continues to grieve the loss of her only son, killed in a hail of bullets during the protests.
The quiet homestead in Arombo village, Rabuor in Kisumu County, holds memories that refuse to fade. For Mama Benson Ouma, Alliance Scott, every corner of her compound reminds her of her only son.
Ningumu. Sababu sasa hata jana huyu mtoto alikuwa mimi ndio utakula nini? Ngambia mimi mpeidi. Mimi sina hata shilingi. Na utakula nini? Ngambia hata kama ni huyo, unga iko hata kidogo. Utakula huyo tukunywa. Hata kanyai. Bena alikuwa akinitumia akikaa leo wika jioni ananiambia 300. Kufika kesho asubuhi ananiambia 200. Yaani niko sawa tu. Niko na chakula, kusukari zikozi, lakini mtu wangu ameenda nimeona moto.
Her voice trembles as she recalls the day her world was shattered.
Nika nasi anakuta mtu ameweka kwa mbao hapo hivi, metandiko hapo kwa mlango hivi. Ameweka hapo hivi. Kiwe hivi la mashine sasa sijui sasa zitatolewa sijui. Wakaambia hapa watu waliangi usilie.
According to witnesses and medical reports seen by the family, Benson Ouma was shot 9 times. 9 bullets that silenced the only breadwinner of the household. Now, 2 years later, the pain is still raw. Recently, Penina Mweni had President William Ruto announced that the victims of alleged police brutality during the protests will be compensated by the government. For the grieving mother, the promise offer a small glimmer of hope.
Kwa TV hapa Ruto akiongea sina juzi. Alisema aje? Watu watalipwa. Sasa nikasema si Mungu apitishe tu mkono hata waneone tu yameni. Mimi nitakupa tu hivi kama umba. Sasa mimi niko.
But hers is not the only story. Among those who survived the violence is Boniface Akach, a human rights defender. But beyond the trauma, Akach questions the logic behind the government's promise of compensation. Instead, he is calling for stronger structures to ensure accountability and respect for the rule of law.
For me, it doesn't go on well because when you see a government budgeting for compensation rather than reforms, then it means that they are planning for the next violence. When you see that a government is only speaking about compensation when there is public pressure, but they are not speaking about holding the perpetrators of the violence or the violations accountable, then it means that they're not planning to solve what caused the violence.
Meanwhile, the government maintains that the compensation process has not yet begun. According to Raymond Omolo, the PS Interior, legal challenges filed in court have delayed the process.
The matters are in court. We will prosecute it, we will make our case, and I want to call out anyone who is against the implementation of the 10-point agenda, including the compensation of victims, as an enemy, not just of the people of Mviwa and Homa Bay, but an enemy of Kenyans.
Human rights organizations estimate that dozens of people were killed while hundreds were injured during protests across the country, with Nyanza emerging as one of the hardest hit regions. For families like that of Benson Ouma, however, statistics are not just numbers. They are painful reminders of life lost and justice still awaited. Bramwell Bwire, KTN, Arombo, Kisumu.
We now take a short break here on